Hey there, Cardfighters. Woodland Docs here, back with another episode of the Deck Check Podcast. Guys, today we are going to be graced with a presence which the podcast has not yet been graced with. Luckily for me and Matt, we get graced every week. But we have a guest on the podcast today that is a part of Locals, as Ryan could not be here. And we also have ourselves a lovely conversation. There's a double entendre there to be had. We'll get into that. But without any further ado, everybody say hi to Liam.
Hey Docs, hey Matt, it's great to be here. Long time fan of the podcast, and by a long time I mean 2 weeks because I binged it one day at work while I was very bored.
You know, that's the majority of our listener base, honestly. Is Liam. Yeah.
Liam is the majority.
No, but Ryan couldn't be here tonight. He had some other obligations going on, so Liam very generously decided to jump in for this episode as we are going to do another nation deep dive as part of our discussion topics tonight. And it just so happens that all three of us are massive fans of this nation, so it worked out. But we're going to be talking about Brandt Gate because it's Liam's favorite, not because it's my favorite or Matt's favorite. No, just for Liam.
It's not my favorite.
I know. Wait, what? Isn't it?
It used to be, but now it's Keter.
Oh, good lord.
Why Keter?
Because apparently I like playing every Keter deck, and by every I mean most.
You're such a goody two-shoes.
I am not.
The Keter is definitely the goody two-shoes of the nation.
Is it just because there's nuns? Is that...
Say that to Obscudate and his evil black assassin nonsense.
He did stab someone in the Craycross epic I was reading. I was like, holy cow.
And you can't tell me that Youth Burke is a good guy. He looks like evil as heck.
Just because he has an eye patch?
Full Blast definitely is a good guy. Have you seen that man's face?
Okay, but it was the rest of them.
Those biceps are pure evil, just like Steven.
Yeah. Oh, Steven. Evil biceps.
I'm telling you.
Sorry, Docs, but before we get it, I wanted to not give a shout out to Ryan. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here, but give sort of praise to him by mentioning my favorite
flavor text.
Quote. Yes, thank you.
Okay, we're okay. So it'll be just like Ryan's here because someone's talking about flavor text within the first 4 minutes. Okay, got it.
So, if you know the card, you know why it is, but it's the Blitz Designer Guide, which is the draw trigger from the new Brandt Gate start deck, and I exclusively like it because the entire flavor text is the elegant shape of this form, a steel surface, the scent of violent atrocity emitting from the surface. This is a product I designed from start to finish, an unspoiled masterpiece, and to have everything fit within it this size, splendid. If I do say so myself, it's perfect. Well done. Good job. It's an entire paragraph.
I was gonna say that wasn't
a lot to say out.
I found the card and followed along, and that it was long to read.
I exclusively want Ryan to play Welstra just so anytime he hits a draw trigger, he has to read out the full.
I mean, that wasn't a flavor text. That was an entire recipe of text. Jesus. That's the best part, that we get it every weekend because Ryan's at Locals. But when Ryan plays, you guys, he actually reads out the full names. He reads out the flavor text. And it's wonderful because, for us, it's funny. And for other people, it's frustrating. So...
You know it.
Right. Ryan near goes to time because he's out there reading flavor text. But... and one more shout out, and this one's a true shout out. This past weekend at Locals, we had our... the lyrical cup, Yumena Kesho. What is her name? Yumena Kesho Rose.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we had our Yumeno Kesho. Yep, that's what it is. We had our lyrical / Bang Dream event, and I scrubbed out like the idiot that I am. But our good friend Zenarion, anybody who listens to the podcast, hopefully you know him. He's actually in our local scene, and he won with Herminia. So congratulations to him. I will steal the playmat when he's not looking.
Wow.
Yeah, a good friend.
Wow. Yeah, now that I said it out loud, actually, when he got it, because I was handing out the prizes, I'm like, hey Zen, I'm like, can I see the playmat? He's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, can I see it in my car? And
How far away can I get from you before you decide to question my intentions?
That, and I borrowed 2 clear shimmer auras for the event from him, and just completely accidentally he forgot to ask for them back, and I forgot to give them back. So after the fact, when he shot a message in the group chat, and he's like, "Hey, I forgot to get my auras back," and I'm like, "I'll trade you for the playmat."
You evil.
Roughly the same value.
Sounds
Such a
about right.
bad person.
I know. But so back to the podcast, you guys. We are going to do our deep dive into Brandt Gate. If you missed the episode with Dragon Empire a couple episodes back, go check it out. We're going to cover kind of the same guidelines for the nations. And then, of course, we have our silly topic. And I still don't want to spoil it. So stick around. I promise you guys you'll laugh. And if not, at least I'll laugh and I'll feel better about not giving entertaining content. But with that, I think it is time to grab a drink and take a seat. It's Deck Check time. All right, you guys, it's time to dig deep into the best nation in Vanguard. Yes, I know in V I'm all about dark states and this doesn't fit. But in standard, guess what? I'm all about Brandt Gate. And our boy Liam is, and Matt's a traitor and his opinion's invalid. But he's gonna help talk about the nation anyways.
You're welcome.
I
Thank
guess he can discuss with us.
Yeah, the commoner can join us, yes.
We couldn't find a third person.
Yeah, I couldn't replace 2 hosts in one show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. Well, okay, so let's start by talking about the key element that we see through all, if not 95%. I'm trying to think in the top of my head, but off the top of my head, but I can't really think of a Brandt Gate deck that does not utilize orders. Is there anything I'm missing? But I'm pretty sure it's all just order.
I mean, just Messiah, but they don't count. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, they're a remnant of an old time.
I wish Messiah didn't count. I would have topped more locals.
Oh, that's fair.
So
thing's a menace.
Yeah, we've got a clear theme in orders, and I really like that for the simple fact that having your units with skills is universal, but heavily relying on orders to also provide skills or to enable skills, and them being irremovable by your opponent, I think is what makes the nation really unique and special.
Yeah, I agree. I find it interesting that in most other card games that I know of, having all these cards that would kind of are required in order for your units to do anything would seem like that's a bad deck. You need all these pieces in order to actually get to your deck's full power, but somehow Brandt Gate decks just make it work constantly.
Yeah, I think a good. Oh, sorry, what was that?
So they got all the search for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a good testament to that is the Eva ride line, the Archite ride line. I believe the Asterm ride line lets you search for the order.
I should know. I have no clue.
Actually, I mean, at least one card. I'm looking at the list here. You can go find a base. You can go find a product. You can go find the world orders. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
you can go find prison.
Yeah, you go find prison. I mean, yeah.
Just don't draw it.
Please, for the love of God. The 1 out of, what is that? 1 out of 45. Yeah, that's happened.
50 now. Don't forget. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 50. I
Well,
I
I mean,
remember
after your opening hand, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time when people were like, "Oh, you have to run 2 just in case," and I was like, please don't."
Yeah, no, don't do that. I
That
I
was
mean,
don't know
that was a long
how.
time ago, but
if you missed that one card deck, then I'm sorry, but you're just meant to lose. And I've been there. So in the back in the days when you still charged your pure lights and you had no recovery for them, before upgrader. But yeah, so it's really neat because it enables you to get your maximum effect off, and you're easily enabled to do so. It's not a if I get it, it's a when I get it. So that allows you to kind of strategize your tempo if you're facing something. Like one thing that I didn't think to even do, right? So a couple weeks ago, I was playing Prison, Ryan was playing Eva. Obviously, that's a losing matchup for Prison because you just put the Obscurate in Prison. Oh my god, you call it 2 crit, yay, attack the front row,
Yeah.
yay. But Ryan was like, you know what? Why don't you try just not setting your Prison until you're ready to, to jump in? Because all you're missing is the one from hand for the grade 2 ride. He's like, so if anything, you're just missing one. Why not wait until you're grade 3 so that he can't put an Obscurate in there early? And if he went first, he can't put Obscurades in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I didn't think to
Oh.
control the game that way.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have thought about that whatsoever because I'm just so focused on the prison game plan being put things in prison, meaning prison first, everything else second.
Yeah, and you're so conditioned for that, but then in that specific matchup, you can control the tempo by that. So, with other decks in the nation, obviously I play Prison the most out of all of these, but like Eva, obviously you want to get them out. Your World Orders, you want to get them out. Your Meteors, you want to get them set. All these other ones, it kind of feels like it sets the tempo by going fast, but then with Prison, for example, you can do the exact opposite. You can set the tempo by going slow. It's kind of cool that the orders are your main focus.
Huh.
Yeah.
So Matt has a lot to say.
I don't ever have anything to say. Listen, this is not my favorite nation anymore, and you guys were like, "No, Matt can't talk anymore."
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you a little sad we made fun of you?
Yeah.
Aw, Matt has hurt feelings. Yay. That's what we aim to do
hey,
here.
well, typical.
Well, so okay, now our other orders. So research orders, prison, the arenas, these are all set orders. I'm trying to think here. The world orders are set orders. Is there anything? I mean, Gravidia, yeah, they're set orders, but you want to remove them. I know Avantgarda. Don't you push the orders to Soul? Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's even more unique in the fact that these are set orders and not just order for turn. It's order for game. And I liked playing Gravidia, even though well, actually, you guys see Sacramento Gravidia and broke top 32.
Yeah, I did see that. So did Yotsuba. So did some other things that should not have been there. But
Yeah, Yotsuba got in there, and I actually, side note, I found someone on the Facebook page, their list. It's literally just the maximum copies of each Quint, and then 3 of each of the cards from the Dual Nation ones.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and that's it.
So Veltrosa and I don't have no clue what
The grade 1,
the
yeah.
second one.
But it's I'm just like, wow, like that's kind of cool. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, so these are being set orders. I liked Gravidia being set orders, but you wanted to get rid of them. I was never a fan of Avantgarda, but having it's the same mentality of set orders, but you get rid of them, you replace them, they give you your benefit. Obviously, with Gravidia's skill, but still it keeps the theme of orders dictating how your game goes, but it's a little different. So that was fun. I know the deck's just completely RNG, but
Yeah, like that guy that made top 32.
yeah.
Just it's to quote the line from Deadpool 2, luck isn't a superpower, and then that guy was like, "Yes, it is." And that's that's it.
Yeah. And I guess I would call Gravidia the outlier in all of this, just for that fact that it is RNG. It is remove your orders. Any of these other ones that I'm not thinking of. I mean, I don't play Dayusha.
Stuff
I
that
was
remove set orders.
yeah. Vanguard removes its own orders.
Your
Or
worlds,
yeah, Orphis.
Okay,
Orphis
Orpheus
wants
remove.
to
Okay,
remove them.
okay.
Eladglema. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The
Oh,
bat.
the promo bat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
what is
promo
it?
bat.
For every order you remove, stand one of your rear guards.
I have
Something
no
like that.
idea.
Yeah,
He's
I've barely even know
weird.
what it was. Yeah. Uh,
I'm gonna look him up right now.
well, so yeah, and those are kind of the outliers, but still, yeah, we've got our order is king. So some of the other themes, and the most prevalent one that I noticed in, I think you guys also agree, your rear guards are almost more important than your vanguard.
Yeah.
Almost always.
The
Yes.
only ones I can think of are Seraph, Orphist, Gravidia, Dayusha. Maybe Astrum too, but I have no clue about that deck.
We're
I mean,
talking rear guards or
no, like the rear guards are
Less
the
important than
yeah the yeah they're the main driver for your win con.
oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, Silhouette the arms. I guess you count the arms as rear guards, right? Because those give him a different effect based on what is that based on?
Yeah. What for silhouette?
Yeah, it gives him a huge power buff, but doesn't it also give him a crit? And the new one says no intercepting, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, so the new drill arm gives him a crit, but then the one of the new rear guards that isn't an arm gives him the guard restrict.
Okay. Yeah. So then I mean, I guess those are technically the order cards, but they're not placed in the order zone. So, right, they're equipped to him just like Bav's arms.
No, they're
Yeah,
rear guards.
yeah,
Oh,
they're
they
rear
are
guards.
rear guards. Oh, right.
Yeah.
They're rear guards and then they move to him. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played the deck. So, uh,
His only set order is one that makes him consistent at getting stuff out of the drop. That's
okay.
about it.
But see, okay, so then there we go. The rear guards are more important than I mean, the rear guards make that Vanguard, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
I,
Literally.
Ma-
Speaking of literally, Dayusha.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then we have an Optimus Prime here. Uh, speaking of which, do you guys know?
Optimus Prime isn't made of. He's a lion bot. Come on.
he's a Voltron.
Yeah.
Can I just tell my dad joke and get away with it or no?
I don't know.
What do
Is
you
it
call
good?
a robot that sees the glasses half full?
I don't
Optimus
know.
Prime.
Oh.
Ah,
Okay. Yeah.
everybody just
Move
clicked
on.
out. Okay.
We just lost all of our viewership. Alrighty.
So yeah, the rear guards are definitely. I mean, you started listing a couple where the Vanguard is the deck. I mean, Pure Light obviously gives the power and the crit. Yeah, that's there's no doubting that. Corner Citrus is a close second, but
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, if anything's competing for that top spot, it is your corner citrus.
yeah. And I mean, but then we have the exact opposite with Eva, where it's just Obscurate is your winner. Impul
Oh, absolutely.
Impaldio, Impaldio is fun to me. It kind of has Chris Rain syndrome, where it's like, okay, perfect guard the Vanguard and you win, but the drive checks, oh my god. And then you can give that power to the rear guards. So the rear guards are still.
I've yet to practice it, so I need
Can
to.
I? Yesterday, me and Steven were playing on CFA, and I played Impaldio, and he had me at 5 damage. He was only at 3 or something,
Oh no, did
and
you triple heal?
I triple healed.
Oh,
He was so mad.
that's so bad. I mean, uh, so then the rear, even Messiah. I know it's well, it's pseudo restand. It's lock and unlock. But right there, you get your extra swings because your rear guards are on the field in the first place. You lock them, you unlock them, get the extra 10.
Yeah.
So a lot of these decks are carried by their rear guards. And is that exclusive to Brandt Gate? No. There are decks outside of Brandt where the rear guards are your main powerhouses, but I think it's most prevalent here.
I can agree to that. Yeah. I mean, Ketter's the only thing that comes kind of close, but even then.
Well, let's ask our Keter fanboy.
Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna throw Dark States under the bus here and say Dark States is like the only one that has like Vanguard only. Everything else is like, eh.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean,
I'm sure there's certain decks, but like when you think of the typical Dark States deck, that's what comes to mind for
Yeah,
me.
I
yeah,
can't think of any off the top of my dome, but I also
Bruce
don't try to.
Yeah,
at
Bruce.
yeah.
He's like the only rear guard set heavy one.
Bruce in a
But
minimum.
right, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about
No,
Brandt Gate.
we're talking about
Right.
Best Nation. So, any other things that you guys want to point out with kind of the playstyles or themes we see across the decks?
Yeah,
Um,
big number.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's what we're hitting at. Make big number.
I mean, heck, Seraph, huge number. Welstra, pseudo huge numbers.
Yeah. Reduce your opponent's power.
Yeah,
I have big
Welstra.
number.
Yeah, Welstra gets its numbers because you lost your numbers.
Yeah, Messiah, huge numbers. Ava, not huge numbers, but
Like good,
really
sizable.
good numbers. Orphist, huge, enormous Shadow Army numbers. Uh,
Baldio.
and,
Come on
and
now.
Paldio.
Baldio
Paldio,
has
yeah.
Yeah.
the biggest
Uh,
number.
Daisha, not so much, but if you get a full board of dimensional robos, holy cow, you're
But
you get
they do get big.
10k to all 3 columns.
Well, so and then like I mean I know there's like my pet project, my quintuplet decks, but Miku can get some decent numbers. So you know she's in there. That's what she does.
Can she? I've yet to face you on.
I know. We need to have a weekend where I just play my quint decks at local. Like after the tournament, each person plays me with one, or
Yeah.
we do a recorded fight or something of the sort where it's just quint decks.
We can do nation fight. You do Quint Nation, and then we do
I
something from that
I
nation.
do want to do another. I don't get me wrong. I don't have a lyrical deck, so I didn't partake on Saturday, but I did partake yesterday at my other locals, and I just borrowed one of the other people's decks. I had no clue what I was doing, but it was a lot of fun. So I would love that for every other nation.
Yeah,
Right.
Granted, I don't want to deal with 20 people bringing Shiranui for the Dragon Empire one.
yeah, we're not doing that. But I mean, just to like, uh, even the crossover decks, even the quint deck. So Miku's thing is if you have 6 or more unique quintuplets, your front row gets 10k. Okay, there's numbers. The grade 2 gets extra power based on units in memory. And then again, it's carried by its rear guard strengths because when it attacks, counterblast, take 2 of your quintuplet rear guards, return them to hand, take 2 from hand, call them to open R. So again, that's
Hold on, wait. That's clearly lyrical in disguise.
Yeah, but
okay.
also, would you want to put that deck in lyrical, giving it all access to everything that bounces?
That's true. Yeah, but I mean, again, it has big numbers. You're at least, I want to say 30k rows, and then 5 attacks. Say, or well, you can choose 4 with a full column, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
because the Dark States one I know restands.
is the worst one
Is she? Damn.
to me. It is honestly, but
Because what? It's oh,
we'll do a quint episode
probably.
later.
Yeah.
She may be the worst one, but I
She's
have
the
I have
best
thoughts.
one.
I have thoughts on that later.
Yes. um, so all right. Well, I mean that's the gist of the nation playstyle.
Oh,
So
I wanted to add one thing.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Yep.
Deck thinning is deck winning.
Yes.
Nearly every Brandt Gate deck that I can think of thins out their deck to just triggers, and it's insane. Like yesterday, I was playing Ava
Yep.
for one of our 4 fun matches, and he was playing Kyrie. So he just guarded, and he was like, "All right, 2 to pass." And I looked at him. I'm like,
Okay.
"I will give you one more chance." Because I looked at my deck not even 2 seconds ahead. I had 12 cards in deck. 2 of them were non-triggers.
I back in BCS, I had 11 cards in deck, 6 were triggers, and I whiffed my twin drive, but that's a different story. But yeah,
Knox, I know you don't like to pass me anymore.
yoga.
I'm
Two to,
notorious for
yeah,
not caring.
two to pass Matt is a death sentence. But yeah, and I definitely agree. There's a lot of filtering, a lot of deck thinning, um, compression, whatever word you want to use for it. They'll mean that your odds are better drawing the trigger.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Just
you got to get rid of all those set orders in your deck, so then you're like left with nothing, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, and this goes back to most of the red lines help you find your orders, or if not, Balderade. Oh my God, Balderade will find an
Baldurade's the
order.
best, honestly, best card in the game, in my opinion. Oh
Nah,
my god.
brewing mushrooms, but
Okay, you know,
Come on now.
fair enough.
uh,
But
Baldurine definitely so good.
yeah,
I even did a thing on it.
yeah,
One of our other podcasts, I mentioned how good he was.
yeah, and even back when before Eva started climbing the ranks, the Penguin Tectian, that was
Yeah.
a go
Penguin.
find
That
an
was
order, dude. Like,
check top 5 to add
yeah,
an order.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. He even got an alternate art reprint. Like, that's how important he was at one point. So I do find, just bang on the order topic, I find a lack of blitz orders, but I use them. So
Oh, well,
Sure.
yeah, but then you
Certain
also
deck.
get Freezing Wave, which is the best blitz order in the game. That's not shoo pew 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 pew.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew.
If you can run the Freezing Wave, I think every deck should, if you can.
yeah, that's what
So
it's
good.
it's 10K for each set order.
For
Set
each
order
rested
that's
set order.
rested.
Rested, okay.
Yeah,
So
so
okay,
Ava's definitely wanting to run it.
yeah, it definitely doesn't work
Daisy's
in
running
prison,
it.
but I get, yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Heroes can, but I don't know if they would.
yeah. Yeah, because heroes you can rest to guard in the first place. So I mean, maybe
Yeah.
you rest to guard with your, the first attack, and then you use that. Honestly, freezing wave is, I've just been lazy with updating my decks. The Brandt Gate set 11 order that says gets 10K and then take 2 from drop of different grades, and they get 10K, and they can guard. I've been doing that with Obscurate and
yeah.
Eva, but
Yeah,
freezing wave is an acceptable.
Fluctuate Buster Barrage.
Yeah, there it is. Excuse me, Captain. I know what every card is, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Eat
just,
it.
I just haven't made the change because A, I'm a little lazy with it, and B, Soul Blast gets a little tight for me when I play Eva. So, but all right, well, let's talk about popularity.
Super
The
popular. Done.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably well, I mean, Lyrical has its fan base, but I want to say the most popular.
I personally did. Well, okay. If you're looking at tops, I guess, yeah. So I'm thinking about it differently. I'm thinking about popularity and like topping of events.
Yeah, success,
You
not so much.
rarely see that.
Yeah.
Oh, VG Paradox says everything from Sacramento. Let's go.
Yeah. Dude,
Out of the top 32 in the most recent BC, well, the first BCS of the season, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 32 being Brandt Gate.
so like 8%, yeah. And
Where though I don't
Are
see
you-
it Dark States either. So
Are you an accountant?
yes,
Don't give up on that.
I know. I was just trying to get a reaction.
God.
I just
5 out of
very
32,
uncalled for, gosh
8%.
darn.
5 out of 32 is not 8%.
It's like 80, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, if I didn't get so many good jobs at this job from like the freaking CFO, I'd doubt myself. But now I just want to be silly. I do math all day. I don't want to do anymore.
I'm
What
just blown away.
what did I say when we were leaving BSF this year? I said out of the participants, our shop, like people from our shop, were 20%, or what did I said something stupid.
I don't, you were way off. And when I corrected you immediately, by the way.
And you and Allie were like, what? I'm just like, no,
so
it's
bad.
We were 20% of the population, or whatever number I said.
5%. It was 5% because there was 15 of us.
Yeah.
And there was 300 people, which is 5%.
I just want to cry. Anyways, yeah, no, it is definitely popular. I see a lot of, I mean, we got one of the Stride deck sets. we don't it's never really underrepresented. The glitter of Ava Archites of glitter, right?
Tech. Yes,
she?
but no. She's not labeled as glitter, but she is from Great Cross Epic, so
Okay.
we'll consider that.
Yeah, so we'll throw in there. I mean, you got two representatives there. I know the anime never leaves out a nation, so can't really count that. But I actually think Empolia was underrepresented this season.
I agree. It had the one match and should have been the first one that we saw. Varga 2.
Yeah, and we do have our recurring with Wellstro, so there's that.
Boy.
Yeah, do we?
Dude, I love Wellstro.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, thanks to you and $4, my Wellstro is now complete. So,
Oh,
I couldn't
I
find
was
those.
looking. Welstro's expensive now. I don't know what happened.
I think I just scammed you, as I often do with my friends.
How much is he?
No, not Wellstro himself. The deck.
Yeah.
Oh, just the bit.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So we have, it has good representation across the board. I do often see the most participants at big events with it, but to your point, Liam, we just don't top.
Yeah.
And I should change that, but I'm bad at the game.
I should change that.
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I remember Pure Light was topping for a while.
I mean, Ava was
was a menace.
Ava, if we look at VG Paradox again, Ava's the third highest topping deck
after Jet and Nui.
After Jet and Nui.
Yep. So okay, I mean, she has her bursts, I guess.
Right, currently, like as of this recording, currently.
Recording, she is currently the third highest topping.
Yeah.
And the next fourth place is Luard at 30 less.
Okay. And I mean, we've talked about diversity cut in previous events, so I feel like if I went to Japan, I could top with Prison. But
oh yeah, for sure.
These American players are just too good.
Too good.
Whoa, you're calling out Japan here.
I just made a bunch of friends. So actually, I recently learned I was in a remote lyrical only tournament the day before our physical one, and I learned that I had the date for BCS Philly wrong for the past 2 months. So it turns out I can go.
Let's go!
Hey.
So I will be there, and then I will also be doing BCS Chicago in February. So
I still have to decide if I'm taking off work the 13th or driving down after.
Yeah, that's the December. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna use my rewards points, but that's not for the podcast.
Okay.
Mr. I have a credit card. Oh.
I do too. Mine's just at a 21% interest rate. Being a student.
Welcome to Liam Cries the episode. Yeah, and do you see? So like, when I think about popularity, I try to think of, do I see fan art? Do I see people that are, campaigning, X deck, best deck, and at least on my Twitter feed, my Discord servers, I don't see much fan art outside of Eva. I don't see.
I wonder why.
I see some archetype, but I never want to see some archetype again.
There's plenty of Pure Light or Seraph Snow. Rather.
Yeah, and
it's Horny Trail.
Yeah, that's true. It is the meme. No, so I'm maybe I'm in the wrong servers. I don't know. Maybe I follow the wrong Twitters. But
to be fair, though, you're not. It's rare to see fan art of non-human characters, and if we count the amount of human characters that are bosses for Brandt Gate decks, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
5. Niku.
5.
Don't forget Niku.
Yeah, I just went down the list.
Archetype, so 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
5.
But if we're
5
counting Miku, then I think Brandt Gate has the most fan art of every single.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Well, technically, doesn't Dayusha have like a human pilot? Oh, Vanguard has a pilot.
Vanguard does have a pilot. Daisha is not a pilot, and the Lord Dimensional Robos are Transformers, essentially.
Oh, that's
take
sick.
that.
That makes them so much cooler.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and I guess, yeah, like when you talk about Dragon Empire, people like drawing dragons. Dark States, people like drawing monsters. Stoicheia, people love cute, cuddly creatures. Okay, yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare I ever see fan art of a non-human alien, and then I don't know how the heck you're gonna draw
Listen,
Gravidia as.
I'm sure
Actually,
there's
I'm
some
sure there's
degenerate stuff.
someone. I don't want to see it. Never mind. Please do
Yeah.
not send.
How many tentacles do
So-
Gravidia have?
Liam's Twitter is at.
But to your point about popularity, another thing I wanted to point out, aside from the Stride deck set, we didn't get a Brandt Gate, what are they called? I want to say recon, but that's not the word. I'm just gonna call it Echo because it's linking to the past. Deck. What Theo,
Encounter.
what Minerva?
Encounter.
Yes, thank you. And Daisha was the first encounter deck that in a main set for Brandt Gate.
Yeah, and that took all the way until Divines. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Which is
happy that it
crazy
was
to me.
Ayusha.
I mean, I kind of want the leaders.
No,
I want
nobody
chaos.
wants the leaders.
I want chaos just because I like chaos, but I know no one wants no one else wants chaos.
Listen, if you want deleters, just play the Dark States dude. The everything turns to zero.
Yeah,
Lagmire.
yeah.
Yeah, that one. Thanks, I forgot the name.
You beat me last time I saw you on it.
Quiet, shush.
So I don't know. I mean, I personally, I guess I'm not as attached solely because I've only been around the game for 3 years, so all this, throwback nostalgia bait doesn't really get me. So
Yeah, because what you started around the end of V, which
yeah,
was
almost the
probably
exact
the
end of V.
worst.
Yeah.
Which was the worst form of power creep this series has ever seen.
Yeah, and I mean, I started with Harry, and that was enough for me. But
Yeah.
So I don't know, Matt. What do you think? Are you with us? Are we the cool kids? Or are we eating lunch by ourselves?
We're definitely eating lunch by ourselves, but not because we're not cool, but we're nerds. People that like Brandt Gate are nerds. Everything is science with them.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
am an engineering student, so
See?
I kind of have to be good at science.
I'm
And I
I'm
work at
still
a hospital.
not, so
and I'm the accountant, and there's literally a Blitz staff accountant, whatever, that countercharges, I think. So
no.
And I work at a hospital, so I know things. Okay, actually, that
Virginia
makes me
is the
still care.
accountant. No.
wait.
Oh, I am Keter. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Oh
Matt
no.
found himself.
Oh no.
So speaking of which, my job finally changed my Outlook display name from my government name to the name you guys know me by, and I feel validated. But
Oh, I was like, what do you
you?
mean your government? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
no, at work they call me Docs. Yeah, I just asked them kindly. I'm just like, hey, can you call me Docs? And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, you see, my dogs are dachshunds. No,
Is that why it's docs?
yes, the full thing is Woodland Docs because they're dachshunds and they're hunting dogs, so they go into the forest or the woodlands. So Woodland
I
Docs.
did not know that.
Lore
Okay.
lesson.
Nice.
So all right, well,
Lore lesson.
if we're eating lunch by ourselves, we at least better have a redeeming OT.
Oh,
Oh,
And oh
we
God,
have-
do we?
oh my God.
we have the
I
most
always
broken
say
one?
OTs are way too broken and they should never have been added to the game. But I always also try to say I think they would be better if they didn't give 100 million power. And my little asterisk for that is everything but Brandt Gate OT. Because that thing.
You say 100 million. How about I double it?
There's
But
been
what
multiple
if?
times where I've been facing people and I 100 million them. I Brandt Gate OT them. I have 200 million regard. They hit an OT, and so they're like, "All right, cool. What's this number?" I'm like, "Yeah, double what you currently have.
Yep.
He's like, oh,
it's hey, now it's only a trigger to pass. No, it's
no,
it's
no.
still
Still, you
it,
gotta
it,
PG this.
it feels the dirtiest in Gravidia, Eva, Pure Light,
Oh,
Wellstra because he or no, I'm sorry, Heroes because he starts with double crit. When I hit it on those, I mean, inside I feel warm and fuzzy, and the outside I have to look disgusted. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
but oh
Especially
my
if you have any
god,
rearstanding vanguards or rear guards.
yep.
yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
if you're, doing it twice, getting a 800 million rear guard.
Crit
Oh.
over with Gravidia. Let's go.
8 crit.
16 crit.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's not enough cards in your deck currently in order for you to kill
Yeah.
out of it.
Who cares how much they heal? They're gonna deck out by turn 3. And so that's things. I put it as number 1 OT as far as nation OTs go. I mean, we have our Oberian, Nyxlexia, and
even without even including the Cray Elemental OTs, I think it's still number 1 because I can't imagine a single deck that wouldn't
want to double.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Now I got to go through my Brandt Gate decks to see which ones don't use it.
The only one I currently know of that isn't using it is of certain builds of Messiah, and that's just because healing on a stride deck is so good.
I'm sure. I mean, because the red just adds the crit, but Brandt Gate gives you crit to everybody.
Blue adds the crit, red adds the restand.
Yeah, that's right.
I use the purple one in Paldio.
And that's the one that clear.
That would make sense. That's the one that
what does that one
add
do?
from damage zone to
remove
hand
damage.
and then call.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
That makes sense because in Poldios you want to be taking as much damage in order to get 8 gauge.
Yeah, and then even if you did double your crit, they're likely perfect guarding your Vanguard. So I get it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, well, so the last thing I want to touch on super quick is price. Now, I was not directly impacted by this because I was buying cases, but if I were to get into it now, this feels like one of the pricier nations to me when I just look at a couple of the key cards, like Balderade, for example. So
yeah,
I closed that tab, but let me bring it up. How do you spell Balderade?
Is currently $17.
Yes.
For the cheapest copy, and after that it goes to 20.
Yeah. So Balderade is sitting at 20. Let's look at let's go to.
Someone bought out the other Balderade I was looking at. Thank God I have my 4.
I mean,
I have 8 of them.
Oh Lord.
Sorry.
I bought them before they were pricey.
Right.
I think I bought them when they were
bought
like
them when
$5.
they were like 12 or
what's Bulba Mine sitting at these days? Bulba Mine always used to break the bank.
Bulba Mine is currently
12, 15, yep.
12 for 2 copies, and then after that it's 15.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Bulba Mine's still sitting up there, and even like I know it's a promo card, but Heroes got a dedicated, or no, well, wait, which one got the dedicated counter charger? Was it
Heroes? Yeah,
that was Heroes. And my
still, yeah,
but I mean, even with one of the decks that mainly needed Bulba Mine getting a dedicated counter charger, it's still sitting that high. I mean, there's only 5. There's only 9 listings of Bulba Mine available. You can only buy 9 Bulba Mine unless you know a guy.
Ooh, I hope they reprint him. Again.
Yeah. I mean, what's the I think even this is here's a hunch. Is it the guys, the trial deck PG, the Craggy Monster Geargrind, $5.
$2. Wait, what?
$5. 38 copies at $5 of the DZ trial deck 03.
Holy cow!
It's because it's a monster. That's it.
Yeah, and people putting the monster package in Eva, which I don't like. But like $5 there. $4, $2.50. Yeah, and this is the bad PG. This is the this isn't the 2 or less. Don't discard.
Oh
This is
my god,
discard no
do
matter
not
what.
print a good PG with monster in the name.
Oh yeah, it'll be a.
Be
I
over.
can retire. I mean,
Oh my god.
like what else? What else is a big staple? That were could
I
probably.
feel like you got them all, right?
There's
Ball greed and
really not many. I can't think of the other generics. Oh, Panspermia. Currently sitting at $20 last I
Yep.
checked.
energy
Or
What is?
Panspermia.
Okay, let's see. So we there's the Orphis deck set, but then as far as Stride deck sets go, there's Messiah. So let's see what's a Messiah deck set going for. Stride deck set Messiah regular version, $65. That's not bad.
wow.
No, that's about right.
Yeah,
That
that's
seems
actually not
cheap.
bad. I was expecting that to be much more, but it still feels like one of the pricier nations if you want to get into it after the fact. But I don't know. Maybe
I feel like it's a lot of deck specific cards are also pretty pricey. Not that I can think of any off the top of my head, but
Immigrant.
oh Lord. Well, okay, and I mean,
let's not talk about that.
yeah, everyone harps on promos all the time, no matter what episode we're talking about. I mean, I probably paid $125 for my playset of upgraders, and nowadays you can get a foil playset for $3. So
Yeah, it's a horrible system how they're currently doing it, but it's whatever.
yeah,
You
that's
already talked about it.
that's
I
8
missed
other
my
episodes.
chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I find myself, and this is maybe this is a testament to my deck building, but I find myself wanting fronts here, and
Yes, I agree.
yeah, like in Brandt Gate, I would go for fronts. And Impero, I think Impero was unreasonable.
Probably.
That bad whenever I bought one off of Jared.
$5, $5, $4, $4, $5 for all
Alrighty,
the
never
different
mind.
versions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Terrible.
so 20
that's
for a
not
playset.
bad, but it's not. Granted, it's not the Keter draw, but
Yeah,
it's still
for
pretty
I
bad.
spent $8 per Keter draw, and I bought like 12 of them.
I know.
Yeah,
know.
you were there for it
Yep.
because I bought them off of you.
Yeah.
8, 6, 7. Yeah. So
It's gross. Oh my god, it's awful.
well, that's like me and V, the Bang Dream Perfect Guards. They were
What about the other effect?
what the are you
The
talking
effect draws
Ameliorate?
and the effect crits.
The effect crit. I
Oh.
feel like you don't really care about the effect crit as much in this.
No,
Yeah, you don't.
I don't know really a single deck that requires the effect crits except maybe a not Dragon Empire. Dark States.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, and Ameliorate connectors, the effect draw in Brandt. The fast call is $11. Triple drive $6. DBT07 $7. So even for a draw trigger,
Yeah. I don't.
so
Another deck for one.
yeah.
Nice.
So if you want effect triggers in this deck, you're looking at, if let's just
A
I mean
lot.
let's just say
If you're looking at a play set of effect triggers, what are you looking? How much is that
you're
gonna
probably
run
sending
you?
$50 to $60,
Yeah.
depending on draw front. I mean the heal effects thankfully aren't that expensive.
Well, yeah, but
Oh.
they're also.
They suck.
Don't get me wrong. Love
Some
how
of
they
them are
did
good.
the heal effects, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them are good.
It still feels like the price on those, and maybe it's a printing thing. Maybe we're more popular than we think, and there's, like I said, Bubble Mine had 9 total copies on the market, so
yeah.
maybe that's why the prices are like that. I don't know.
That's the other thing, though. I feel like a lot of the more expensive cards for Brandt Gate, you want multiple
Yeah, they're not one-offs. Yeah.
of. Like, they're always typically play sets until they eventually
Yeah.
get replaced by the deck-specific ones. But even then,
Oh yeah.
They still have their home.
So, as far as price points goes, and like nationally, I feel like there's only 2 other nations that top Brandt Gate.
Lyrical and
Keter.
honestly, yeah.
its fault being
Uh,
that much.
Honestly,
Yeah. 32. What, you bought them at $40 a copy?
for what?
Teeth faults?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. I had like a whole bunch already, so luckily for me, I had them. Like,
Yeah.
Well, and then like I just thought to myself, because I mentioned earlier I used to do the case breaks, so I'd get SPs, I get 20 of them at a time, and back before it was good, I decided to max out the Evo Red line. So right now, the
eh,
grade 3 itself, $180.
dang.
Starter, 100.
What?
Grade 2 is only
For
50, and
Ava, yeah.
the grade 1 is 50. So
Well, if you really wanted to max rarity, you could buy the Bushy Road Springfest, currently listed for
I
$800.
was just gonna say, what is that one at? I
How
I'm
how
I'm
much do you
dedicated,
love
not
Ava?
yeah, I'm
Not
dedicated,
that
not stupid.
much.
uh, I mean, now for my signed MyGo cards, I did a little bit, but uh, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and anything else you guys want to mention about the nation as a whole? I mean, I do love playing it. I built 85% of the decks. I'm looking at this list. Honestly, well, in Polio, I will when it comes out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever that is.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
Dayusha, Rotovisor, and Silhouette Avantgarde are the ones that I don't have.
Um, I wanted to mention two things. One, it's probably the one that changed the most from the start of Overdress, or from the end of V to the start of Overdress, because from what I can remember about Dimensional Robo, Nova Grappler, and Link Joker, is there another one that I'm missing?
No, that's all of them.
From Stargate, it's none of their playstyles really match anything that we currently have in standard, except for Messiah matching with Messiah, but it's the same
Yeah,
deck.
obviously.
Yeah. Um, noth- None of Stargate decks that I can think of really compressed as much as these standard decks are, and I found that interesting because it's the nation that changed the most, but also it introduced a completely new type of card for it to use, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to clarify this, that it may be maybe because I play it a lot. It feels like the most beginner friendly nation.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know Dark States is probably one of the least
Oh yeah,
beginner
that
friendly.
no.
I mean, hell, you have to explain what a soul is to people. Like, teaching people the game, I have to
Oh
be like,
yeah.
"This is your soul," and they're like, "What? What does that mean?"
No, thanks. I don't need a new religion. I mean, and of course, that's the nation that I started teaching Ellie when I started teaching her the game. But
Typical.
yeah, it feels like it's
But
Draken Empire is
I
kind of easy too.
yeah, I think you're right though. I think
Yeah.
Brandt Gate might be one of the easiest.
Yeah.
Set orders are a little goofy, but they're easy because people that play card games are like, "Oh, this is a spell that comes out and it stays on the field."
Yep,
Done.
Yeah.
you have a
That's
way to equate it. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that was a good, fun little discussion. I love Brandt Gate. I'm
I
honestly
used
excited.
to.
Yeah, Matt used to when
I
he had
used to.
feelings. Yeah. So, uh, with that, I think it's time we move on to our fun, silly topic. So, this came up originally with a friend that Paladin Rider, in case anyone's familiar. Uh, this came up with Paladin, and we're like, what should I talk about on the podcast? Oh, what would each unit order from Taco Bell? What would their Taco Bell order be? I just started laughing. Bruh, look, you don't want to meme on Taco Bell because that's like date quality. That's, I know I've been married for 5 years, but if I was back on the dating scene, that's where I'd take my special lady. Um,
Oh yeah, who doesn't
Oh.
love a good Taco
Oh,
Bell date?
dogs.
what do you mean that women like class and fancy things? We're getting a cheesy roll up.
Yeah, obviously it worked for you, so like
Exactly. See, that's how you get married. You date by going to the steakhouse. You marry by going to Taco Bell.
oh.
At least that's my philosophy. But
That makes so much sense.
so thought it'd be funny if we talked about how each Vanguard, or not each Vanguard, but how a Vanguard or how a unit would treat a date, or how you how you think that the dating world would be in on Cray, if units could date, I guess. I don't know. I'm playing Plenty of Fish for. Is that still a
Yeah.
thing, or did I just like age
Yeah.
myself?
That makes
eHarmony,
sense.
Plenty of
Yeah.
Fish,
Okay, all right. See,
Tinder.
back in my day.
Aren't you older than him, Matt?
No, but he looks
No.
it.
No.
Whoa, hey, we're calling him out.
So all right, well, I know, Liam, when I brought up this topic to you, I had one that I loved, but I'll let you take that one. So this is just the way that I see the unit's personality. Varga would invite you on a date to a Subway, order 2 footlongs, and just eat them both, expecting you to go buy your own. That's how I perceive Varga.
Listen, it's because he's unparalleled. He has to eat more than you.
Or I thought you were gonna say his sandwiches had to be paralleled, and then they became unparalleled. He eats them.
Yeah, he has to buy 2 so that he can purposely perpendicular them.
That's Varga's person. Like, what's oh, it's a Futurama scene where Bender has 2 ice cream cones, and he gets on like an amusement park ride, and he's like, oh wait, is that Futurama, or maybe it's Family Guy? It's something, and he's got the 2 ice creams. He gets on the ride next to a little kid, and he goes, hey little guy, you want an ice cream? Yeah, sure. He's like, well, then your parents should have bought you one. And then he eats
Ooh.
both of them.
That sounds
Oh.
like something Peter would do, and that also sounds like something Bender would do.
Yeah,
So
that-
I really cannot tell.
That's
That's got that Augustus Gloop feeling to it. Would you like some chocolate? Oh, you should have brought some.
that is
Wow.
Varga. That is Varga energy to me, and that's his love language right there. So,
So I guess then going from Faded One to Fading One, the one you brought up to me, but I also came up with my own version. So you've got your Faded One of Guiding Star Welstra. Welstra's definitely the type of dude to just pull up in a Lambo. You have to get in yourself, won't open the door for you, and pay for everything. To be fair, like it'll be an expensive date, but then he expects so much out of you, and will always be on business calls the entire time. Because, and then how you brought it up, which I also found hysterical. He's the type of person that will send you a Teams invite for a meeting, and that's your date. Over Teams, no camera on, absolutely no human interaction.
Wellstra doesn't have his camera on, but demands that yours is on. Like, oh, what? No
God.
camera? Oh, yeah, let me turn mine on. And you? No, that's okay. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, Matt, come in, make me laugh. Be silly.
Listen, I completely didn't do this, not on purpose, but because I got
Matt
caught up
didn't
in
do
just
his homework.
no. I got caught up in looking at all the cards and being like, which of these would I date? Instead of where they would take me on a date. So I didn't. It's not that I didn't do my homework. I just did the wrong homework.
He just got distracted by his
Matt's
homework.
just looking at him like, oh yeah, I did that one. Oh, that one's cute. Oh, that one could dominate me. Oh.
Well,
Also, you researched Shiranui. Okay, got it.
Oh, okay, Shiranui. 50 Shades of Grey. Done. I'm done. Done with that. Every listener, you know what I'm talking about. We're good.
Every listener who's read or watched that, but okay. Which I hope our
They
fan
know.
base does not have too much crossover there.
Listen, they know.
So God. So I think that if you had a date with Blainmeyer, you would just show up to an empty room, and he's just sitting there. There's no activities. There's no movie. There's no dinner. There's no chairs. There's no conversation. You just walk into the room. You just stand next to each other in silence.
You know, sometimes that's nice. Sometimes you just want to be with someone.
Okay, that's true, and I'm on my way over.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on over. We can sit in silence together.
He is the faded one that whenever a 13-year-old told him I wish for nothing, he was like, oh, okay, I'll get rid of everything in a 50 meter radius.
Let me just destroy humanity. And that's the thing. Like he wants 0. He's returning to 0. You're just walking into, but actually, maybe that's more fitted for Jejuled, because it's all but one, and that one is you.
Wow.
I guess to go on to my next one. Again, another Brandt Gate. I think we all saw this coming. Ava. She's definitely the type of girl to have a great conversation at dinner. Really interested, really cute. Everything goes great until she gives you a drink and it's roofied. You wake up in her lab being experimented on.
You are the next monster. Her and Arkwright are taking turns.
Yeah.
Turning you into a monster. Turning you into a monster. Hold on. Oh.
Yeah. Clarify. Let's clarify.
Context.
I think we need to quote that.
Promote the episode with a clip of that.
Yeah.
No,
God, people would watch it so fast.
oh, yeah, and then
Fan art.
yeah, there's the fan art. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let me go on the internet real quick.
No, I was also thinking, for Eva, you think you're about to, go, have a fun activity, go do something, but instead you're really just like helping her with an experiment where you have to like monitor acids and bases separating, and you just walk in, she gives you the safety goggles, says no glove, no love, but it's actual gloves, and you're just so misled.
Maybe I am a nerd and do belong in Brandt Gate because that sounds like a fun date.
Right? Is that like she looks over at you and you're like, oh yeah, this is great, and she's like making you do her work?
Yeah, exactly.
She's the sorority girl on campus. Nerd, do this for me.
And then you're all over that. You're like, oh, okay,
yeah, sure. Got it. Yeah, that's it. She's the one that just dupes you into doing her work so that she gets her her degree in advanced chemistry, but it was really you the whole time. And now you work in a hospital because your dreams were oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Love
That
you.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
We're gonna go to the next one, I guess.
Yeah. Now, Matt, you were all about those
I got
ghosts.
this.
I was saying you were all about those ghost girls. So
I am. Listen, grand dog mommy, she can sit on me all day. That's not what we're here for, though.
oh, it's not. Oh, I thought that was okay.
What would the date be like?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Listen, she's a ghost that needs to be summoned by cult sacrifice. I don't think I want to go on a date with her.
No, that's true.
I don't know. That sounds like the start to a lot of different dating sims I can find on Steam.
On Steam.
That's fair. Listen, though, Greedon, though,
Yeah.
he's the kind of guy that would take you out to like some Italian place, and play some smooth jazz. And it would just be a nice time, because he's the Don.
And you know what? And you don't have to worry about paying the bill because the restaurant owner's paying protection. You don't
Like,
have.
don't worry, my boy's got this.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of little demon dudes.
You turn into Meowth, right?
He owns the bar. That's what it is.
Or it's the front.
Yeah.
It's the front operations.
Yeah, so you get it.
You're just sitting there oblivious. You're just like, oh, good pasta. And, there's just loud noises in the back. Somebody screaming. Like, oh, no, the chef had an accident. Better call OSHA.
There's a bunch of people that are constantly coming in and like whispering to him, but he's just like, don't worry about that.
Oh, he said we're running low on paprika. You just move on.
Forget about it.
Well, I've got, so pretty much any date with a lyrical monastery unit would go like this. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen, and welcome to Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
That's the joke you were hyping up at the beginning, and I love it. It's perfect.
This one did not disappoint.
No.
That's the name that I had to Google. I'm like, wait, is it Hansen? What's that?
Jim
Jim
Henson is
Henson's the Muppets, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's like, I just like, you know what? This is too easy. This is good. It's low hanging fruit. I don't care. we're making the joke. And that's another thing is like, so lyrical monastery is supposed to be a school, right? And I feel like
There's
that
gotta be teachers.
What?
There's gotta be teachers, right?
Oh, okay. Liam's going straight for the teachers. He's getting a good grade. Now I know how he's passing engineering school.
Yeah.
Finally, some shots fired at Liam.
No, that's but no, like Lyrical Mouse here is a school, so like that's gotta be like there's gotta be better jokes than that, but that's all I got. I mean,
I mean, you're right though. For real.
well, any more?
I had one more, but it's the OG Gavriel.
Oh,
Which if you don't, I'm sure you both know, but
yeah.
the Angel Feather G unit boss or G era boss. Um, her skill is the GB2 skill is whenever this unit takes a damage, gain plus 2k power. She's definitely the type of girl, while on the date, you can't tell if she's a masochist. She makes a lot of
Ooh.
jokes about it, but you're not going to be able to tell until that night.
You know, that
She's in the
that
night
is
play.
more thought that I put into this.
I see it though. Dang, I know we're not on the topic of Keter or anything, but like I miss Angel Feather's gimmick of
I do
messing with
too.
the damage zone.
Oh, that
Angel Feather's my favorite deck. Well, my second favorite clan.
that's
That's
why
right.
when I did the Divine
Did that.
Sister Vanguard, that's what I wanted back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that.
I mean, if we're going on a date with Thagria, it's going to be a swimming lesson because the flotation is on point. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude, she could suffocate. Anyway,
hey, ooh, hi.
Leonorn is the typical band nerd. So she's just a good girl.
And
You
you,
know,
Pache or
she,
original Leonorn? And then
the
are we
original, I think.
discussing Mask also? Like,
No,
are we bringing in
Mask
mask forms? Because
Mask is like that Katy Perry song where in her music video, it's last Friday night.
wasn't
She's
the
like a
last
super,
episode also brought up Katy Perry a bunch?
you know it.
Katy Perry,
Listen,
Miley Cyrus, Avril
come on.
Lavigne. You know, Matt's all about the 2000s girls.
Yeah, well, listen, look, Katy Perry in that music video was a super nerd, and then somebody did some makeup, and she came out and she was like
Oh,
stunning.
she got oh shoot, that's a movie. What's that called?
It's like every movie where like the
Oh, you're
librarian
right.
girl takes her hair down and takes off her glasses. Like that's
Is
the
that Princess Diaries?
yeah.
No, well,
I think it
well,
is.
yeah, but no,
That's
there's a movie where the main character is a girl that's like a nerd, and then someone gives her a makeover.
that's like every 80s movie cliche.
That's also
Yeah,
fair.
but
Um
that's what Leonore Masks was. She
uh
like got out of her shell for a minute there, but then she realized that she didn't like
It
that, so
went
she
back
went
in.
back. Yeah.
well see I think a uh a date with Dayusha you would never know what happened because the car is Dayusha, you don't know it. The massage
Oh,
chair at the spa is Dayusha, you don't know it. You know, it's
that's not where I thought that sentence was leading. I was like, are we sure we should be talking about this?
no, but there's editing for a reason.
This is staying in.
Dayusha's there the whole time, and you just don't know. You know, but no,
You just don't know. You think you're dating whoever's driving, but no, you're dating the car.
exactly. I mean,
Oh
hey,
God,
we're
I
going
don't like that.
we're going back to the Transformers movies. Wasn't that like doesn't Bumblebee talk through the radio? So
Yeah,
Yeah, don't they make little hologram people too?
I think so. I don't. It's been a while.
maybe.
I
I
know they
haven't
did
seen
in
them.
the. I know they did in the cartoons.
I
I
would
haven't
have.
watched Transformers media in years, it feels like.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would have very much liked to go for more low hanging fruit and something pure light handcuffs, blah blah blah. But I'm not venturing into that territory.
Listen,
So
we're not degenerates.
yes.
I am.
Oh,
Oh.
not terrible. Oh,
Well,
yeah, me
I
neither.
dude, there was one. I heard the line one time. It's like I'm not a degenerate. I'm a comedian, and I'm like, huh. That's a way around it. Uh,
Mm. Hmm.
any other good ones?
No, okay. Of the Quints, which one would you take on a date?
Nina.
Oh, absolutely. Best one.
Wow.
Then it goes
Dark States.
Miku. Then it goes. As
You,
long as
you
the
had
Dragon
this
Empire one's
set.
in last place, you're fine. I don't. Your opinion's valid. The second you put her anywhere else, I don't trust
And
you.
you're wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so it's funny to me. I think me and you have very similar interests in that
In card
because
fight,
I
Vanguard,
in card
yes.
fight, yeah, in card fight Vanguard because I agree.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
know what I
only
would
in
do with
Cardfighter.
Yotsuba. I think
Yeah.
Yotsuba would be my third. I think Itsuki would be.
I'd put
Itsuki's probably third. Yeah. Okay. I see. We're the same person.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the quintessential quintuplets dating sim. I'm Woodland Ox.
There are actually 2 of them. I hope you know.
Wait,
Two.
two dating
There's
sim? What?
2 visual novels at least. For
Oh,
sims.
okay.
Oh.
Just-
I didn't need to know that.
well,
Don't check
now
my
you
internet
do.
history.
yeah, Matt needs
Okay,
incognito mode.
bye.
Speaking of
Oh.
editing,
Yeah, speaking of
remove that.
well, that,
No, that's staying in.
yeah. I'll just take the clip of you before yelling that's staying in. Just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. No, it was one night I was talking with my buddy and it was like, you know what would each unit order at Taco Bell? And then it's like, no, let's get a little more ridiculous with this. What would each unit's date be like?
No, I think that was a great topic for some a great silly topic.
I can talk Brandt Gate all day, but then when you let me crack bad jokes, I'm all over it.
We know.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been here for the past 7, 8 episodes, whatever it's been, you guys know. But so anything else in general about these topics or in general about the game, just super quick. Liam, I know you're on, you're here today. Hopefully in the future you can join again for when I defriend Matt, but and
Wow.
and anything you've been dying to say after listening to the first 7 episodes, anything you screamed at your phone while you had a customer at the register and you ignored them?
Yes, actually. Oh my god, when you
Yeah.
talked about Dragon Empire, I know I've already told you this in person, but when you talked about Dragon Empire, you missed the blatant fact that nearly every single Dragon Empire deck is super Vanguard centric. I would even say more than Dark States.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I know. And I remember you came in
Really?
the store that day and you weren't playing for some reason and you were just like, you. I'm like, what?
I was because I was
Livid.
What happened? What happened? I think I was taking care of my roommate or something. Something happened and I ended up coming late.
But yeah, we didn't really touch on that, and it's true. Maybe we thought that was just a given. I don't know.
I'm looking through my list right now to see if you're lying, and you're right.
I mean,
The only one that I could see maybe is Sojo Doji being
I was-
more rearguard
Mojo
reliant.
Jojo.
I was gonna say Tamiyura, kind of rearguard.
Ooh,
Tommy
that one, yeah.
is 100%.
Both, yeah.
But that's actually probably what I'm going to play on Saturday. BT Dubs.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers for
Obviously, Eugene is rearguard centric.
Oh.
Eugene
Oh,
sucks.
for sure.
Yeah. I believe you.
Yeah, he should. He should be a new deck centric, if I'm being honest.
If you gave Eugene the Brandt Gate OT, then
Then I'd be scared.
But that just furthers my idea that the OTs really fit in to what their nation is, right? Like Brandt
Yeah.
Gate,
Okay.
the whole gimmick that we came up with was Brandt Gate make big numbers, OT make big numbers.
He make bigger numbers.
It's big numbers. Yeah.
In with Dragon Empire, the whole point is the Vanguard. So let's stay in the
Stay
Vanguard.
Yep.
So they really hit that one in the head, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or,
sounds like
that's
you've been
not-
hitting the head.
That's not the right.
And then they had Stoikea, in which it's everything.
They were like, you know what? Nature is the beginning of all. So let's give it all triggers. Boom.
Yeah. Rainbows. That's what it is. It's rainbow.
I mean, they should make that a requirement where you have to run 4 of every trigger in Stoikea.
Whoa.
Rainbow.
Hold up now.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I think that's about all we got for today. Thank you, Liam, for joining. Thank you, Matt, for joining, I guess. We are over on Twitter at DeckCheckVGPod. I know I need to get better at doing more than just tweeting, hey, episodes out, but I am a grown man with grown man responsibilities called I go to work and then I'm tired.
Do any of
Yeah.
our listeners want to become I
actually did have an offer. So
see?
for someone to run our Twitter. So I was pondering that. But
Wow.
anyway, it's the same person that I was bouncing topic of these off of. So so anyways, yes, I thank you. Appreciate it for listening. We are also uploaded to the Woodland Docs YouTube channel for all episodes. Every episode is on whatever podcast platform you can imagine. Unless you created your own, in which case I don't care. I'm on Apple and I'm on Spotify, and that's it.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. We're more than that, but you get the point. With that, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks with a new episode. And until then, have fun playing the game of Vanguard. Brandt Gate, over trigger your friends, and we'll see you then. Bye.